Hello all, welcome to another of the Global University Network for Innovation, GUNI Africa Quality in Higher Education series. I'm Peter Okebukola, the president of the network in Africa. You can see I'm decked in my naval officer's regalia. I'm the staff officer in charge of the Naval Cadet Corps in Lagos State University. We take security very seriously in Lagos State University, and the Naval Cadet Corps is an arm that is part of the apparatus or the paraphernalia for maintaining security on and around our campus. In this episode, we shall be learning about how to keep our campuses safe and secure. And we'll be getting experiences from those vice-chancellors, those stakeholders in higher education that have been able to maintain their universities safe and secure. So, there we go. We begin with identifying some key challenges to safety on our university campuses. There are quite a number of these. Terror attacks are becoming increasingly frequent, and it's been predicted that in the coming years, the tempo could rise. We have cults, campus cults, fighting themselves and causing mayhem on campus. We have robbery, we have kidnapping of staff and students, we have rape, especially of female students. You have fire outbreak on campus. You have psychological terror, that's bullying, cyber bullying or physical bullying. And you have attack on staff and several other safety challenges. We recall the gruesome murder of about 147 students of Garissa University in Kenya. May their souls continue to rest in perfect peace. Now, this is an image of students who have been killed as a result of terror attack or cult activities. And you have rape, university campuses. One is very delighted to note that not too long ago, by way of proactive action, University of Nairobi issued this on all notice boards, warning of imminent terror attack. So what lessons can we learn from those universities, those vice-chancellors that have put in place exemplary practices in maintaining safety on their campuses? We'd like to begin by looking at a university that is located in the northeastern part of Nigeria. This is where we're having some challenge with regard to insurgents. And there's a University of Maiduguri, right in the epicenter, more or less, of the action on the negative side. And we'd like to turn to Professor Jibrila D. Amin, who was Vice-Chancellor of the university, that's the University of Maiduguri, and currently the Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University, Dutse, in Nigeria. Professor Jibrila Amin maintains safety on his campus. So, Professor Amin, how did you do it? Share your experiences with us.
My name is Professor Jibrila Dairo Amin. Regarding matters of safety in our universities, I was Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University of Maiduguri between 2003 and 2008. I am currently the Vice-Chancellor of Federal University, Dutse. On issues of security, we've taken security issues very seriously. We've made it everybody's problem on campus. We see to it that everybody is security conscious. We pass out a lot of information as to how to recognize suspicious people, how to recognize suspicious objects, where to report, how to report in a very subtle manner but promptly, in order to ensure that the matter is investigated, and if there is any harm that is likely to come to our university is tackled promptly. I'm glad to say that our staff and students have taken security as a personal problem, and I think that has helped us a lot. In addition to making security everybody's problem, we have also strengthened our security operatives. We have properly equipped them, and made their work easier in terms of communication, in terms of mobility, in terms of everyday operations of security system in the university. We have frequent meetings with our security agents because we have good working relationship with the police, the army in our locality at the Federal University, Duse, and we even have some of them in the background within the university to help to nip problems that may arise in this part. We think that with this and other proactive measures, we were able to at least ward off any possible security problem on our campus so far. We hope and pray that it will continue.
Thank you for the safety insights, and very well done. May God hear our prayers. Professor Amin, OFR. OFR is a very high national honor in Nigeria. That's the Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic. We turn now to the students who bear the brunt of most of the challenges of safety in our universities. And who else to share his experience with us other than Fred Awa, who is Secretary General and Head of Mission, All Africa Students Union in Accra, Ghana. Fred, what are your views on this?
My name is Fred Awa, Secretary General and Head of Mission of the All African Students Union, the continental student movement with headquarters in Accra since 1972. On the matter of security on our campuses, I think that there's a lot that collectively we have to do with our Vice-Chancellors. I think that Vice-Chancellors, one should ensure that there are CCTV cameras on all campuses so that if there is any incidents of insecurity, it will be captured and the culprits dealt with. I also think that there should be a mechanism, an undercover mechanism that ensures that persons who are terrorists or occultists on campuses are detected and then the appropriate sanctions meted out to them. Dismissal would be the obvious, because when they are bad nuts and they are on the campuses, it's obvious that they will affect others negatively. I also envisage that if the Vice-Chancellors are working closely with the security agencies, especially the police around campus, in times of emergencies, they can always call in the police to get in without any level of delays. Further, I guess that if there are well-trained security persons on the campuses, persons who are able to detect insecurity issues on campuses, are brought onto the are being trained, it can also reduce such. I also think that there should be drills, monthly drills or per semester drills on how to detect insecurity on campus and what to do when such occurs. And I guess that if we do all of these things well, our campuses will be very safe. Thank you.
Those are words of wisdom from our students, all university students in Africa, through their Secretary General, Fred Awa. Fred Awa is aiming to get his PhD very, very soon. Wishing you well, Fred. We move on now to somebody who has been Minister of State in Ghana and who is currently the Vice-Chancellor, University of Professional Studies in Accra. He has maintained safety on his campus. Professor Joshua Alabi, please share your experiences with us.
Yeah, I'm Professor Joshua Alabi, a former Minister of State in Ghana and a former Member of Parliament. Now I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies in Ghana. Now for security, what we've done in our university is quite very simple. We have networked the whole hostel, and at the moment we have security cameras all over. And that has reduced the incidence of robbery and other problems associated with security on campus. The administration block is also wired, and we also have security cameras all over the administration block. Now we are trying to extend this to the entire campus. This is what we have. Secondly, also in terms of students' cultism and other some other devices that they do. I think that what we have done is that we have, in the student's handbook, incorporated in the student handbook, very strict measures which leads to total dismissal when you are caught with this. Last 2 years we had to suspend students for this, and at the moment it's at the barest minimum. We believe that we shall continue this way to ensure maximum security on campus for our students and workers.
Thank you so very much, Professor Joshua Alabi. Wishing you well in your further actions in maintaining safety in your university. We move on now to the former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Khartoum, and he is currently the Assistant Secretary General of Association of Arab Universities, Professor Mustafa Idris El-Bashir. Professor El-Bashir, share your thoughts with us on how you were able to maintain safety at the University of Khartoum.
Yes, I'm Mustafa El-Bashir, former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Khartoum. Regarding safety, actually we have appointed what we call the University Guard, and they are something between the security and the police officers, but they are trained by the university. The chief of this group actually is usually a police officer. And we actually sensitize them very well regarding the security of the belongings of the university and how to tackle issues of the students and how to deal with the staff members in a way that is decent, and it's always actually working nice, but from time to time you have some nagging and you have some complaints, and it can be tackled easily. But in this part of the world, always we have some sort of turmoils, and especially dealing with the students, and they are usually politically polarized, and they need to introduce some of their own tools inside the university, the microphone to make a public rally, and inside the buildings, and it's always tackled actually in the way that I can say it is smooth, but sometimes it tends to chaos.
Thank you, Professor El-Bashir. We now leave Sudan, where the University of Khartoum is located, and we go to the beautiful city of Cape Coast. Exciting things are happening at the University of Cape Coast regarding maintenance of safety in that university. We'll listen to the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Didi Kupole, to share his experiences with us. Vice-Chancellor.
I am Professor Didi Kupole, Vice-Chancellor, University of Cape Coast in Ghana. The matter of physical safety on our campus, what we do is to carry on a joint campus security and police patrol day and night. We also have a committee we call the Campus Safety and Security Committee, which does daily monitoring and evaluation of the security system on campus, and they provide feedback for implementation and fast, speedy implementation of management. That is what we do to protect life and property on campus.
Thank you very much, Professor Didi Kupole, Vice-Chancellor, University of Cape Coast. How do we make our university safe? Let us now attempt a summary of the views of the Vice-Chancellors that we'll listen to and others, as well as my personal views. We have put this together by way of what I've called 15 safety tips. Let's go on with a checklist and see as we go along whether your university or yourself, you are taking this off as something that you have done. The university should establish or enact a university safety policy. It should be a bottom-up derivation of the policy. Students and staff, the departments, go on to the faculty, go on to Senate, and then approved by council. And then you should conduct a safety audit of the university. I'm not too sure that many university managers do this, but the idea here is for you to identify areas that can compromise safety in your university. The safety audit team should be made up of people internal as well as safety experts from outside the university. After conducting the audit, they will then see how you bridge the gaps, the safety gaps in the audit report. then every member of the university, staff and students, and others who are living within the university that are not staff or students, should be made security and safety conscious. The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Maiduguri, Professor Amin, shared this with us. Then when staff or students see suspicious objects or suspicious people, they should be told how to or walk through how to report their findings. And if the strange person, the strange person can then be asked to present himself or herself for research, but should be careful, maybe a suicide bomber. Then you should engage covert operatives, people from the security agencies, local or national. Engage them, pay them, and let them be integrated into the university community, and they'll be able to give a feedback regarding safety issues that may be compromised. Number 6 here is that as periodically, it could be monthly, it could be every semester, it could be every session, you should conduct safety drills for all members of the university community. When there's a fire break, what do you do? When there's an intruder in your university, what do you do? So let everybody receive the training and the emergency response that should go with it. The entire perimeter of the university should have CCTV coverage that is functional CCTV coverage. The security unit of the university, all our universities in Africa have security units, but these have to be strengthened, better equip them with latest technology, and provide vehicular support that will enable them rapidly respond to challenges related to security on the campus, and be able to link up very quickly with the public, with the law enforcement, agency, police, for instance. Then all areas within and outside the university, when they are being designed, they should be designed with safety in mind. Even though the areas within the university at the moment are not so designed, but future designs should take safety as priority. Then all visitors to your university should be monitored and should provide them with badges. Let's go on now to number 11. There should be some anonymous reporting system, telephone hotline, suggestion boxes. That is, if somebody sees something that is untoward, to be able to report to the authorities. Parents, staff, and students should be surveyed to find out their safety concerns, and the concerns that they raise should be rapidly responded to. You should take steps towards detecting behavioral problems of students and staff. There are several examples of students who just go nuts, and they carry weapons, take an axe or take a gun, and harm fellow students or staff or teachers. So it's important for you to set up a machinery for detecting behavioral problems of students and teachers early and remedy accordingly. A counseling service should be established, and that relates to number 13 also, for psychologically traumatized students and staff, so that they can go to a counseling service and they can be given advice or some therapeutic to lower their anxiety level. Last and definitely not the least, our students are citizens of tomorrow. So the idea is not to make them risk averse. We should make them risk aware so that they can be able to respond to risks that they may face in the future. The world out there is a world full of risks, full of safety challenges, full of security challenges. So we want to make them not unnecessarily risk averse, but to make them risk aware. What's our last line? The last line is that you as Vice-Chancellor or all members of the university community, just do your best and leave the rest to God, because safety is of God. Thank you.
Yes. Do your best and leave the rest to God. We keep praying for God to help our efforts as we secure our campuses. Until next episode, it is bye.